Hey Red Bluff, this is Coach Bird again. Man, I sure do miss all of you, but we still got to keep moving. So today we're going to work on our bike if your chain keeps falling off. So chains do get stretched out the more you ride your bike. So sometimes you just need to adjust the back tire, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So remember, anytime we're working on our bike, we want to put the towel under our seat because the concrete will tear your seat up every time you turn the bike over. So there's 3 tools that we're going to need to fix our chain on our bike. I have my socket set, and this is going to be used to tighten my tire, put it back in place where it needs to be. I need a pipe, something strong, so that I can push the tire back to make my chain nice and tight. And then I have a Phillips screwdriver. Your bike probably has this piece right here that we're going to use our Phillips screwdriver, and it's the brake. It's what helps your bike stop whenever you push on the pedal. So we're going to have to take this little, it's a small little Phillips screw. We're going to take it out. It also has a little nut on the back. We have to take that off. We're going to keep it right by our screwdriver so we don't lose it. So make sure you have an adult with you when you're putting the chain back onto the sprocket, because you can get your fingers caught in that sprocket. So if you notice on my bike right now, you can see that my chain is just too loose. So it's laying on the bike frame. That just means that my tire is too close to the front. So I need to be able to pull that tire back and make that chain nice and tight. If your chain does come off, so look, the chain is off right now, all you have to do is move the tire forward. So I'm going to loosen up my bolts. So using my socket set, I can loosen the bolts on both sides. And then you can put it back on the back sprocket just by using it with your hands. And you can put it on the bottom. So we want to put that chain on first before we move that tire more to the back. So once the chain is on the front sprocket and the back, you can see the chain is still too loose. So I need to move my wheel to the back. And I'm going to do that by using my pipe. So I can scoot the wheel back with my fingers. And then I'm going to use my pipe and stick it inside where the tire is close to the frame. And I can push my tire back using that pipe. Once I have the tire back and the chain is tight, I'm just going to tighten the nuts in the back by hand. And I want to tighten them the same on both sides. You also have to make sure that your tire is in the middle of your frame. So I can just push it with my fingers, and then I can tighten with the nut on the bike, and then that'll make sure that that tire is nice and centered before I tighten it with my tool. Use my socket set, and I'm going to tighten each side the same. So I'll just do a few on each side to tighten. And I'll keep doing that until the tire is nice and tight and it's not going to move. And I'm leaving my pipe in there in that same position so the tire doesn't move back forward, and it keeps my chain nice and tight. I'm going to keep using my socket set and keep tightening, and I'm going to tighten the nuts in the back until I can't get them any tighter, because we don't want that tire to move. You can use your pipe and use that socket on the end of that pipe, and it'll help you get those nuts in the back really tight so that way your tire won't move. And remember, when you do a little bit on one side, you want to do the same thing to the other side, because we want to keep that tire nice and centered in the middle. And look, our chain is really tight. Once our tire is back on and our chain is nice and tight, so it's not going to come off whenever we ride it, I've tightened both of the nuts with my socket set. They're really tight. Last thing we have to do is we have to tighten up our brake, and that's that little little tiny little screw right here that keeps it where we can use our brake. Once that's done, you put your chain back on and it's nice and tight again. So remember, have an adult help you out. It's a little bit more difficult to do by yourself,